is about, we're going to start the KTM motorcycle and we're going to take it off the truck. So we're going to unload it and we're going to start it up in one magical swoop. And then we're going to go for a ride, maybe. So here she is she's on the truck right now. And so this is not, wrong way. Okay. We're going to unload it. And we got the ramp here. Yeah. And it could fall either way. Oh, I got to get a brick for the passenger side. There's a tote with some sticks. This should be going safe. Once it's down, we're going to start it up. Let me reposition this. Oh, that's a good, in case it falls. So we're going to walk it off backwards. It's not the easiest thing to do. This bike is 350 pounds. Okay, she's loose. It's looking good. We did it. Okay. Obviously, I didn't hurt myself. Let me move this ramp out of the way. Then we'll start it up. Okay, now I'm going to turn on the fuel. There's 3 petcock valves, 3. Okay, the fuel's open. I've never started this. I got to pull the choke on. Oh, I see it. Way up there. Okay, the choke is on. Huh. I'm not sure why it's not cranking over yet. I had the decompression pulled. Huh. I don't want to try to start it by kickstart. I think I'm doing something wrong. Huh. Is it in gear? No, it just came off. So I was pulling in the decompression handle. It beeps. And it's not in gear. Let me double check about the gear. Yeah, it's not in gear. I'm pushing, but nothing. lower in first. The neutral light's not on. I don't know why not. Well, stand safety switch. It's not in gear. I proved that. And there isn't I don't think there's a switch on the stand. Yeah, there's no electronics on the stand. Let me sit on it. Well, I don't know what it is. I'm just going to call the guy I bought it from. There's some trick. Definitely the key was off. So it's not like KTM and Harleys both need to give away free dogs with their bikes so the owners don't have to wait by the road. The neutral light was not on. And yeah, that makes sense, Pat, but it was actually in neutral itself. So actually, let's try to get that neutral light on. That makes sense. Oh, I know what it is. You got to pull the clutch in. You got to pull I wasn't pulling the clutch in. Thanks, Pat. You pushed me in the right direction. Because there is a switch on the clutch. Let's see if we can do a moto. It's revving at 4,000 RPMs because the choke's on. Let me turn off the choke. that's idling nice. I'm going to point it towards the driveway. We're just going to go for a little drive. We're going to go down the driveway. Yep, that's my driveway. All right. We did it. I rode her. Nothing got broken, especially me. That was fun. I haven't ridden a motorbike in, I don't know, a year and a half. Let me turn off the fuel. Oh, the light's on. Okay, headlights off. Let me turn off my fuel. Oh, actually, he said to shut it down, you let it run out of fuel. So let me start it up. Ow. I just burned my, I just put that hole in my glove by touching the exhaust pipe. Yeah, I got to take it out of gear. He lets it run out of gas. He told me to let it run out of gas. And that's how you stop it, because you don't want to leave gas in it. That's more long-term storage. But we'll just see how long this takes. I want to show the gauges. Like my phone doesn't work with my gloves on. Hold on. So it's got digital gauges here. $11,993 miles. Oh, it's got a temperature thing. I'll do this off camera. Just hit my switch here. Oh, the fans are running. Now the fans are off. The key is out. Well, I'm pleased with this. The kickstand is going into the soil a bit. I want to put a piece of wood under the kickstand before it gives away and decides to tip over. I'm not ready to go dirt biking. I don't want to have my crash gear on. No, I need a piece of wood. I mean, that's going to work. That'll work for now. Oh, there's the piece of wood I need. Hey, Pat, are you still here? My Mercedes battery won't charge past 11.8 volts. And oh, that's kind of rickety. That's better. Yeah, Pat, I was trying to charge the battery in the Mercedes because it had gone down to half a volt, and I put my voltmeter on it, and it only showed 11.6 volts. I've been trying to charge it, push it so it can sit on a slab. Yeah, I'll fix the bike after the video. I got the slab over here by my refrigerator, right there. I'll clean it up so the bike can sit there. That's a good idea, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, my battery. Well, maybe my volt. Well, I put the voltmeter on other batteries and they were like 12.6. So I think the voltage was correctly. Yeah, the battery's likely toast. That makes sense. You know, I let the battery go 100% dead over 60 or 90 days. Like the Mercedes must have had a draw. So, and after 3 days of charging it, it should have gone right up to 12.6, and it's not. Hey, Indonesia and Jakarta. Yeah, I gave myself a little burn. Well, I think that was pretty fun. Yeah, it's dead. I'll get it's under warranty, so I'll get another one. That was really fun riding it. It did well in the sandy driveway. I don't really have much to say about politics. I've been trying to post, some stuff on 4chan. I get no response, and within 5 or 10 minutes, they just delete my post. So they're in the last moments of the election. They're just trying to shut everybody down. It's kind of cool. I know how to start it now by pulling in the clutch. That makes sense. Hey, Mark Williams. And who cares? Yeah, Biden and Harris own the Chans for sure. Well, is that true? There's definitely a lot of Trump support in there. I saw what Trump said about Cheney, Liz Cheney. Though the way he should have framed it was that what she said is illegal, and we need to have a trial. And if found guilty of treason, then we should execute her. Or it's actually not up to Trump. Trump has to say, I wonder why the Department of Justice is not pursuing this. Then they'll pursue it. And if she is found guilty of treason, should she stand? Should she be executed? He could have framed it that way. Lots of ifs. If found guilty, maybe we should. It's up to the courts. It's not up to him. He should have framed it all in that way, where it's up to the courts. But he didn't. I still don't think it's hurting him. Well, that's a good question, Thoth. Well, I do think Donald Trump will get 60% of the vote, or 58%. And you might think he's going to be a winner there, but I don't think so. I think the Electoral College is still going to give it to Harris. I think Harris will be the winner, and Trump will have more votes. That's how. Okay, so you know how Elon Musk says the most funny answer is the way we should do things? He says it something like that. Looking at my burn. So the answer to the election is whatever causes the most pain for Trump supporters is the answer. I really think they want to try to ferment brew. I think they want to brew a civil war. So they want to ferment hostility to create the environment where people have lost their mind and they do acts of terrorism that later we call civil war. Because the Democrats desperately want to take away the weapons of the Trump supporters. And they've been, even on the 30th of October, Joe Biden tweeted, ban assault weapons. So they haven't forgotten about this. So I think Kamala Harris will say, now more than ever, as your new president, and with the Trump supporters acting immature and acting as domestic terrorists, they have forced me to accelerate taking away the assault weapons. And then Joe Biden will say, Kamala Harris, we don't have to wait for you to be in office. I'm going to do it. And then they're going to write a new bill and pass a law. And that will make people even more angry. And then a week later, after the law is passed, they'll say, see, we're on the right path. We knew that they were irresponsible and we couldn't trust them with these military-style weapons. Now more than ever, we need to take them away, and now we have the legal framework to do it. And I've instructed the United Nations to manage the buyback program. They're going to try to do the buyback first. And when that doesn't work out, then, yeah, guitar lover. Yeah, let me show you the dirt bike again. What a sweetie. She's super clean. Look how clean. She basically looks brand new. That little gob of goo is where I burned my glove. Oh, what's that? Something's unplugged here. He took off the turn signals. I don't know why. Maybe for the race. Just turn the key. Oh. I can't do it with one hand. It's a two-hand job. Yeah, I'm totally going to flip the bike. I talked to Brian today. I was like, yeah, I would love to get a lot of money for it, but you know, now is not the time for me to be holding out on a bike trying to get all the money. All the lights are on. Huh. Just listen to her purr. Maybe motorcycles always have one light on. I don't know. Low and high beam, Wayne. Yeah, I know that. You need us to take us on a ride. Okay, we can do, well, I gotta turn the fuel back on. We'll see if we can do this without hurting ourselves. having trouble using my this thing. Hold on. I got another idea. That ain't gonna happen, friends. I don't have it. I'm not set up for this. I tried. Maybe I put it in my pocket. Hold on a sec. So if I put it in my pocket, okay, we can try this. Oh, here we go. Okay, that's it. I hope that was satisfactory. Yeah, I'm not doing any jumps. Let me turn off the gas. That's one habit. It's good to get into. I'll show you how you. So the turn off the gas, just horizontal, off. Then this one here is this brass knob, but don't burn yourself because that is hot as hell. That's off. So that was pretty fun. Riding a dirt bike on sand is a little sketchy. Imagine some income potential. How many buses do you think that could jump? Well, that could jump at least one bus if you weren't a giant pussy. I'm not going to be jumping any buses, though. Of course, jet boats are faster and easier money. Yeah, I think you're right, Pat. Since I don't have a real good track record right now of accomplishing anything, I'm good at talking, but about getting things done lately, I don't feel confident. So I'm just going to throttle myself and get this one sold, get some profit. There will always be jet boats. I also want to, well, in all seriousness, I don't know what's going to happen to America with this election. It hurts me, Pat. I want to buy it, but I feel more comfortable doing it with some other business partners, some people that want to put up some money and do it with me and share the risk. It's too much risk for me right now. I don't want to take the risk financially because I'm not a jet boat person. As much as a jacuzzi jet boat sounds fun, no. Yeah, a lot of people. Wayne saying giant pussy was the bonus I didn't know I needed. Yeah, Pat asked me how many buses I could jump, and I'm like, one, if you're not a giant pussy. Do you guys know I own a domain name called pussy.ngo, non-governmental organization? And before I learned that NGO had some rules, I was going to buy it for a woman I thought was going to do OnlyFans. Pussy dot something would be good if you're selling nudity. But then I learned it has to be a non-governmental organization, like a non-profit. And so my idea to start a feline, a cat rescue, like literally, I raised money to protect kitty cats. I think I told you guys I'm getting a cat that Jessica and I are going to share custody of an orange tabby cat. He's a big guy. And that she takes him back at the end of April, just before it gets too hot here. But he's going to live here, indoor and outdoor. So I'm going to have a cat for a while. And maybe I can use the cat to try to raise money for other cats. So I don't know. I'm also going to maybe talk to other cat rescues and say, can you help me get my cat rescue off the ground? And they'll be like, that's a perfect idea, Wayne. You sold a jet boat last week and made 40 grand. Pat, I just don't want to dive into my cash reserves. That's amazing, dude. Yeah. You can keep telling me about deals, but I'm not going to take action right now because I'm a giant pussy when it comes to jet boats. Today, I started the Mercedes, my diesel that I bought, and I want to get that fixed, maybe even sell it. I'm not sure. That's amazing, Pat. You bought it for $3,500 and sold it for $43,000. Yo, I got a side-by-side Yamaha and Monster Energy Kawasaki and Kawasaki Ninja. That's cool. Well, I got to do more action and less talking. So, I mean, half of you are here to make fun of my failures, and I've been giving you too many of them in a row. Like, I'm a failure champion. So I got to do some winning. I got to do some winning in my life. God, that bike is sweet. Pat, I'm really impressed. You're a grand slam. Oh, thanks, Pat. Well, I'll tell you, I'll mention some of the things that I'm doing that are pretty well. One, my drinking. Out of 30 days, max, I'm only drunk 6 of those days. So 6 out of 30, 6 times 5 is 30. So I'm only drunk 20% of the time. And Thanks, Grad 13NT. So 80% of the time I'm sober, so that's good. Number two, I'm really aware of my obesity right now, and I got to lose 40 pounds. A good friend of mine told me about, I should go on a water fast and gave me a doctor's name on YouTube to learn on how to do it and stuff. So I can't even have coffee during a water fast. And I think it's the kind of thing, the first day is the worst, and after that, it gets a little bit better. Yeah. That bike was a nice purchase. I think I just need to. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a page at my Lambright.com for the KTM. It'll be Lambright.com/KTM, and it'll be KTM's for sale. And I'm gonna tell the whole story about like why that bike is worth all the money. Hello, FBI. It's going well. Yeah. Your slide into success will include race KTMs, jet boats, and high-end German autos. Well, I'm not afraid of the jet boats because I know motors. I know how to tune motors, and I've actually done work on those big V8 pushrod motors before. I worked at a place that built racing jet boats before. His name was Dale or something, but hell if I know if I could ever find him again. I don't remember his last name. But he used to port and polish the heads, and the top of the piston had like a mountain ridge going in a circle, but only one mountain ridge because they wanted the fuel to swirl. And they used to, the heads were aluminum and they had these grinding tips, but sometimes they would use Play-Doh, and they would put Play-Doh in the head inside it and shape the Play-Doh. And then once they got it to flow right, they would copy the shape they had made with the Play-Doh in a different head. Yeah. When I was riding the bike down the driveway, could you see anything? I had it in my shirt pocket here. It was probably all bouncy. Oh, thank you, Pat. What else am I doing good? Well, in 5 days, I will have kept my promise, and I completed my first election season with the proper paperwork. So that's good. I'm also doing goal setting. Like I'm, trying to set goals and get things done. Yeah, I'm a little afraid of going fast on the highway. I've never been a person to ride highway. Yeah. Like even getting my motorcycle license sounds kind of scary. I could have fun or I could end up in a wheelchair. So I just need to pace myself and not exceed my fear. Like, it's more important that I try to make money. Yeah, I remember the first time I drove a car when I got my driver's license, and I went like 40 miles an hour, and it felt like the scariest thing ever. And then obviously, as you drive more, going faster doesn't bother you. Um, but also, like, what would it be like riding that on the highway, and then another car goes by me and I get that whoosh of wind? Do I feel like it's going to throw me off the motorcycle? Just things like that. I have to change the tires. All the tires on this are not for highway use. So it would be illegal for me to take it on the highway right now. I might take it over to those mountains. Those mountains over there. Like, I want to kind of go to that place in the distance. I want to go over there. "99% of compulsive gamblers quit right before the big jackpot." I can see that. I don't like to gamble. I really don't. I think before I go over there, I'll ride it around my house for an hour. Like, the electric fan was coming on. I'm going to ask the owner, why is the electric fan coming on? I was only just going up and down the driveway, but maybe that's normal. Maybe the electric fan is always coming on. Normal for a bike, okay. Well, hey, Techrohedricon, welcome. Holy moly, we almost did a whole hour. Well, I was looking at places to go voting, and there is not a voting here in Desert Center. So I found some polling places open over the weekend, and I might try to vote over the weekend. Yeah. I'm nearly out of food. I'm not nearly. I got 4 dozen eggs. Yeah. Thanks, medium rare chicken griller. I don't have anything to sip on. Nothing. But, I was fucked up on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. I drank 24 Voodoo Rangers. That was too many Voodoo Rangers. Thank you, Pat. I had a decent birthday. A bunch of friends said hello to me, so that was nice. And talked to an old friend, an old technology friend who knew me back in the image deposit days. And yeah, medium rear chicken griller, I just rode the bike. If you go to the beginning of the video, I take it off the truck and then I start it up. I had trouble starting it. I didn't know you had to pull in the clutch. I'll go start it for you right now. Medium rare chicken griller. Just for you, buddy. We'll power this thing up so you can be like, yeah, it worked. got to get a better tripod. Okay, that looks good. Key on, clutch in. I'm not sure how to read the miles on that. It was 1190, 1,190. Now it's 12. So I might be reading the miles incorrectly. I hope it only has 11,000 miles. I think it does. Stout. Hello to Olympic. I didn't get a good look at it. Oh, all right. Let me show you. So the new owner did have a muff and also broke this kickstand. I'm sorry, that foot peg is muffed, but it's super clean. Like no dust on it. Mega clean. It's also got a nice seat called Seat Concepts, but this is an aftermarket seat. And this person here, Racer's Edge, did the suspension. So those are new valve, those are new seals, and they did the back suspension. And it's also been set up for somebody who weighs about my, well, he told me it was, the suspension was set up for the previous owner, which is 120 or 220 pounds plus gear. And I'm 260 pounds. I think the greatest thing about that bike is she starts up real easy. It's got a brand new carburetor, FNC. Yeah. Now's a good time to sell it because it's the winter time, and this is when people go and do off-roading. What do you mean, just need no gear? What does that mean? I have gear for riding. I mean, I have a helmet, a chest protector, boots. It's important that I don't hurt myself. Ride without gear. Yeah, don't go riding without gear. You need gear. I got gear. But I really need to be careful because I am 56. I've got to earn money. I don't want to be a cripple. I'd be one of those. I've got to make sure I protect myself and find a way to earn a living and move on with my life. Put this politics behind me. If anything was going to happen in a positive light, it would have happened. Other than, our friendships that we have here. But nothing else happened. No big interviews came in. I mean, I'm grateful for the interviews I got from Ethan Ralph and Crypto Wagey Extreme. But I was, and that other guy from Vegas who was rude to me. It was nice to have a few. Redneck had a tough day. I'm sorry, Redneck. What made it rough? What made it hard? Cheer you up? Well, 50% of Americans are going to be furious when the election's over. That might make you happy. Schadenfreude. Joy from other people's pain. It's like if somebody slips on a banana peel and you laugh. Schadenfreude. Hey, Susan. You missed out. I was riding the motorcycle. I just had it running. I broke a model car that my uncle gave me and I feel stupid. Well, you can glue it back together, probably. Yeah, the beginning of this video, Susan, I take the motorcycle off and I tried to start it, but I didn't know you had to pull in the clutch. So 20 minutes later, we pull in the clutch and it started right up. Then I went for a couple zips down the driveway. Had an outpatient procedure this morning. Well, I hope you're doing good. I mean, obviously you're outpatient. I'm just planning on laying low for the weekend. I might take. Oh, did I just? Yeah. I was trying to charge the battery in the Mercedes, but it's not charging. So I'm going to try to vote this weekend. There's a couple polling places. No beer, Susan. Yeah. I basically need to start the Mercedes to get it off the trailer so I can have the trailer inspected. I don't need to do this, but I wanted to do it. And Friday's just a day. Doesn't matter to me. I'm nearly out of food. I got top ramen and eggs, so that's enough to keep my body going. Thanks, Tetrahedricon. Yeah, I think I can vote before Election Day, according to the county website. There's some different places open. There's no polling station here in my town, so I've got to drive to town to vote. So I'm going to try to do that over the weekend, and then if I can't do it over the weekend, then I can do it on voting day. Yeah, darn. Yeah, it's good weather. It's a little cold at night. I'm sleeping with a beanie cap on, and at some point in the middle of the night, I wake up and go to the bathroom and then put on a jacket. I gotta find a twin bed. This here is what I've been sleeping on. I got to bring that inside there. Oh, some birds coming over to get some water. This time of night, a rabbit comes over and gets a drink. The water is that thing right here. That's the water. Oh, little birdie. Coming over to get a drink of water. You look like Helmet Fudge with the rabbit. Hello, I subscribe from Indonesia. Thank you. Thank you, Frank. Well, I don't have anything else to say, friends. I'm out of topics. I don't think I did a video earlier. Oh, it was yesterday. There's just not much in the news I give a shit about right now. There's nothing any party could say right now. There's no undecided voters. There's no November surprise. There's only a few things that could happen that would change the election, where the two major candidates could have heart attacks. Frank, no, I'm not married. I used to tell people only if marriage would solve your problems. People act like marriage is going to solve their problems. It usually creates more problems. Yeah, I've seen the movie Conehead. Well, who do I think will win? Tekrohitra Khan asked me. Donald Trump will probably get 58 to 60% of the vote. He won't be the winner. They're going to make Kamala Harris the winner. That's what I think. And I think the reason for this is to infuriate the Trump supporters to civil unrest for the excuse of martial law and then taking away the guns. Like, I thought about who benefits from America not having these guns. And the only answer I could come up with is China or Russia. Like, they might be, like, I don't think China and Russia are behind the Democrats. I think it's the Freemasons. I think the Freemasons just want to start a war. I think they want to do their third world war. And I think they really want to hurt I think they want to hurt America. You know, the Freemasons do all this long-term planning, such as, first of all, I've only been to a few Freemason meetings as a guest, and but they've been operating for a few hundred years. So there's a good chance the founding fathers are Freemasons. So maybe America was made early to be destroyed later on in the future. So they might have set America up for failure long ago. Just like I think Israel was created to be destroyed, to push the New World Order agenda. Maybe they've had a New World Order agenda for 200 or 300 years and we just don't know this. I don't know. Their overall goal? I don't know. Like, the only goal I can come up with that makes sense to me is gold for the Anunnaki. Having a group of slaves mining gold for the Anunnaki. Other than just idiots wanting to win, I don't see a goal because they're already rich. They already control the world. So what more do you need? Like they're making all these supercars that cost $1 million. Like there's obviously enough rich people to buy them. Like the world is perfect right now. You got fast jets, you got fast cars, you got great food. We're on the verge of no more cancer. And there's some people who just want to watch the world burn. And I think it's some of these Illuminati Luciferians. I think they enjoy people suffering. I don't think they like it when people are happy. I think when people are suffering, that's their joyful day. When people are happy, they had a bad day. And when people are suffering, they couldn't be happier. Their life might be backwards. I don't know. I really just don't have an answer. I know that like my chances of being rich, I almost became rich a number of times. It might not be, and I might not be in the cards for me. I gotta be rich with my happiness and just being alive. And I gotta try to be as honest with myself as I can. And I've also got to take care of my human body the best I can. And if my human body is operating as good as it could, and my brain is functioning as good as it could, then like a sports or an athlete player, I'll be able to score. So as long as I take care of myself and I'm mentally I'm in a positive framework and a positive state of mind, I'll be able to create the next something. I'll tell you something I was talking about with Brian today. Brian was creating a computer program to give away a car through a raffle, and I called it a carnival raffle. He's like, "Whoa, I like carnival," and because a carnival is a time when you're going to spend money and you're going to have fun. And then the idea grew into, well, you pay money to go to a bar. They can buy beer at home for $1 a beer, but you can go to a bar and you pay $10. And he was like, well, maybe we can get people to participate in something on the internet and they pay $10 to be there. And then there's a chance they could win money. Brian's been on this idea forever. He's like, we get 100 people to pay $10. I'm like, dude, I can't get 100 people to give me a penny. What makes you think you'll get $10? Like, I'm running for president and I can't get money out of people. How are you going to get money out of people? And but there is something he was on to something. Like if you're sure, I talked about Mr. Beast, you have your hand on the car and the last person with the hand on the car is the winner. Like if I gave away a car, could I make money? Yeah, I might be able to. I might say, hey, next weekend I'm giving away a car and the last person with their hand on the car gets it for free. And then I YouTube stream it. And then people are just watching the person with their hand on the car. So there's that kind of giveaway. And then I really want to do, okay, so I don't have the answer. And maybe you'll come up with an answer. How do I run a game show from the internet where you and your smartphone from a decentralized Wheel of Fortune, decentralized Jeopardy. So I got 3 people live streaming into my thing. And then you're like, ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, okay, Sally, you were first. What letter? Can I buy an A? And then if we're doing Wheel of Fortune, and then Sally said, spin the wheel at 30% power. So it's like, tick, 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 tick. Somebody else might say, spin the wheel at 90% power. It's like, dee, 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 dee. So how do we create a game show decentralized? It hasn't been done. And so game shows used to be popular. So we might be onto something here. Then Brian's like, I like that idea. Like you were throwing something from your house, and I had invented a trebuchet, which is a throwing device where you could do the left and right, and then you pull the bucket down. It's going to launch a rock, and then you launch the rock at a target, and then we calculate your score. So what if the rock is always 10 pounds, and then you pull back the trebuchet, click, 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 and then you go release, and it goes, and it throws the rock into a direction. I could build a bow and arrow where you tilt the bow. There's a X. What is this? X. There's left and right, and then there's up and down. So I would give you left and right and up and down. I'd have a windsock and a bullseye. And then I would have a robot that pulls back the string, click, 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 click. And it would be inches, like when you start pulling back 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch. And then you know, it's like, and it's going, and then, so you pull back the bow with the robot, all from home on the internet. And there's a bunch of cameras, and you're like, release. And it goes, and then your arrow, hits the target, and maybe you got a bullseye. So I could build a robot bow and arrow machine that you shoot live arrows from my machine for sport. So I could have like 5 people competing with the bow and arrow at the target. Maybe you pay some money to play. I don't know. Anyways, those are like that's some of the idea brainstorming that Brian and I do sometimes. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Pat Paulson, Susan, Tetrahedricon, and others. I don't feel like scrolling through it right now. Thanks for voting Lambright. I appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.